London and AMP, Southeastern Railway Limited, trading as Southeastern, is a British train operating company in South East England. It provides the majority of commuter regional routes in southeast London and Kent, as well as some parts of East Sussex along three main routes: the Southeastern Main Line, from London Cannon Street and London Charing Cross to Dover via Sevenoaks, and the Chatham Main Line between London, Victoria and Dover, Ramsgate via the Medway towns. Southeastern also provides services along High Speed 1 from London St.Pancras. On the 1st of April 2006 it became the franchisee for the new integrated Kent franchise, replacing the publicly owned Southeastern trains on the former Southeastern franchise. Overview: Southeastern serves the main London stations of Charing Cross, Victoria, Blackfriars, Cannon Street, London Bridge, Waterloo East and St Pancras. The Southeastern network has a route mileage of 540, with 179 stations. About 70% of its services run to and from London. It is owned by Govia, a joint venture between Go Ahead Group and Keolis, which also operates the neighbouring Southern franchise, which overlaps with Southeastern in some areas. The company's formal name, under which it mounted its bid for the franchise, is London and South Eastern Railway. The managing director is David Statham, formerly MD of First Capital Connect. History of the franchise. Since the privatisation of British Rail, the franchise to run trains in this area has been held by three different companies. The first company to win the Southeastern franchise, on the 14th of October 1996, was Connex, which operated it under the name Connex Southeastern. Connex gained a reputation for unreliable services, but it was for poor financial management that its franchise was cut short by the Strategic Rail Authority on the 9th of November 2003. Train services were then taken over by Southeastern Trains, a wholly owned subsidiary of the SRA, Department for Transport, created for the purpose, until bidding for a new franchise was due. This would see the existing Southeastern franchise combined with the new high-speed services to be operated on High Speed 1 to form a new, integrated Kent franchise. The opening of the second phase of High Speed 1 in November 2007 made available train paths on the traditional network previously used by Eurostar, allowing Southeastern to increase certain services in December 2007. In December 2008, as part of the franchise agreement, responsibility for the Redhill to Tunbridge line was handed over to Southern. Southeastern high-speed services began full operations on the 14th of December 2009. In March 2009, the bay platforms at London Blackfriars closed for reconstruction as part of the Thameslink programme. Southeastern services previously terminating at Blackfriars, mostly from Sevenoaks via the Catford Loop, were extended to Kentish Town, St Albans, Luton or Bedford. As a result of this change, Southeastern now operates these services jointly with Thameslink using 20 dual-voltage Class 319 sets as well as newly built Class 377 Electrostars. When the station fully reopened with new bay platforms in May 2012, these services continued to run, but in the evening and at weekend instead of terminating at Victoria. Services now terminate at Blackfriars. Following the Department for Transport's review after the cancellation of the Intercity West Coast franchise process, extensions were granted to the franchises due for renewal in the near future. In 2013, the coalition government extended Southeastern's franchise, without competitive tender, from the 31st of March 2014 to June 2018. Javelin Shuttle. The Olympic Javelin. A Javelin was a high-speed train shuttle service operated by Southeastern over High-Speed 1 during the 2012 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. The service ran for the duration of both games between St Pancras International Station and Ebbsfleet International Station, via Stratford International Station, which is close to the Olympic Park. During the Summer Olympics, a service of 8 trains an hour ran between St Pancras and Ebbsfleet, calling at Stratford, replacing the usual East Kent high-speed service. 2 of these were extended to Ashford and 1 to Faversham. Between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. the service between St Pancras and Ebbsfleet was increased to 12 per hour, announced as part of the successful London 2012 Olympic bid. It was an integral part of a plan to improve public transport in London in readiness for the Olympics, an area of the bid that was initially regarded as being poor by the International Olympic Committee. The British Olympic Association applied to register Javelin as a UK trademark on the 19th of July 2005, and this was granted on the 2nd of June 2006. The service was operated by Southeastern on High-Speed 1 using the fleet of Class 395 trains, and because of this the class is sometimes referred to as the Javelin. At St Pancras there is interchange with the Underground and with trains to, from the Midlands, Scotland, and the north of England. For track capacity reasons, Eurostar trains, which have never called at Stratford, did not descend during the Games. It was expected that over 80% of Olympic spectators would travel to and from the venues by rail. Services to the Olympic Park were planned to offer a total capacity of 240,000 travellers per hour, some 25,000 of whom were expected to use the Javelin service. Southeastern sub-brands. Southeastern has 3 distinct sub-brands: High-Speed, Main Line and Metro. The network map is coloured accordingly. High-Speed. Southeastern introduced a full timetable of domestic high-speed services branded Southeastern High-Speed over High-Speed 1 between London St Pancras and Ashford International on the 13th of December 2009. A limited preview service had been running since the 29th of June 2009. High-speed trains use High-Speed 1, calling at Stratford International and Ebbsfleet International. Trains from London to the Medway towns and Faversham leave the high-speed line at Ebbsfleet and continue via the North Kent Line and Chatham Main Line. Trains for Dover Priory and Margate leave the high-speed line at Ashford International. A limited peak-hour service now also operates between St Pancras and Maidstone West via Ebbsfleet and Strood. When bidding for the franchise, Southeastern made a point of advertising part owner SNCF's experience operating integrated high-speed train services on the French TGV network. A fleet of 29 6-coach Shinkansen-derived high-speed trains were built in Japan by Hitachi for this route. Known as Class 395, this was Hitachi's first train sale in Britain. The colour scheme for the high-speed trains is dark blue. The services are marketed as Southeastern High-Speed, and some of the trains are named after British Olympians such as Steve Redgrave and Ben Ainslie. At the same time, there was the largest change to the timetable in the area in 40 years. With the fast trains now travelling over High-Speed 1, the Charing Cross to Ashford stopping service was extended to Dover, Canterbury and Ramsgate. Fares for journeys that include the High-Speed 1 section of line generally include a surcharge. Main Line Southeastern is the key operator for Kent, and also serves East Sussex. Main Line services connect central London with Dover, Folkestone, Hastings, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Ramsgate, Chatham, Maidstone and Canterbury. The backbone fleet on these services is the Class 375 Electrostar, although the Class 465 9th networker is also used on occasion. In December 2009, Southeastern saw high-speed trains stopping at mainline stations, and some longer timings on mainline services as trains called at more stations. Services to Tunbridge were maintained at 6 trains per hour off-peak, 2 per hour going forward to Ashford and beyond, 2 per hour to Hastings, and 2 per hour terminating at Tunbridge Wells, with high-speed services reaching Faversham. The half-hourly Victoria to Faversham stopping service was replaced with an hourly service to Gillingham and additional stops on the fast services to London Victoria. On the Maidstone East Line, services from London Cannon Street to Ashford International via Maidstone East and from London Victoria to Maidstone Eastern to Canterbury West via Ashford were replaced by a half-hourly Victoria to Ashford service. The Strew to Paddockwood service was extended to Tunbridge. The Sittingbourne to Sheerness-on-Sea branch line also comes under mainline services, but is mainly operated by Class 466 networkers. Metro Southeastern serves South East and South London, its central stations being London Blackfriars, London Bridge, London Charing Cross, London Cannon Street, London Victoria and Waterloo East. Metro trains serve Greenwich, New Cross, Lewisham, Dartford, Gravesend, Woolwich Arsenal, Hayes, Peckham, Bromley South, Bexley Heath, Pats Wood, Orpington and Sevenoaks. Southeastern runs Class 376 Electrostar, Class 466 and AMP, Class 465 networkers for Metro services, although a Class 375 Electrostar is used on occasion. Routes. Current weekday off-peak services, with frequencies in trains per hour, are services that operate during peak times only include trains per day: London St Pancras International to Ramsgate via Ashford and Dover, London St Pancras International to Ramsgate via Chatham and Faversham, London St Pancras International to Faversham via Ashford, Dover and Ramsgate, London St Pancras International to Sandwich via Ashford and Dover, London St Pancras International to Dover Priory via Ebbsfleet and Ashford, London St Pancras International to Broadstairs via Chatham and Faversham, London St Pancras International to Maidstone West via Ebbsfleet and Gravesend, London Blackfriars to Dover Priory via Chatham, London Blackfriars to Rochester via Bromley South, London Blackfriars to Ashford International via Maidstone East, London Cannon Street to Ramsgate via Canterbury West, London Cannon Street to Folkestone Central via Ashford, London Cannon Street to Dover Priory via Ashford, London Cannon Street to Ramsgate via Dover Priory, London Cannon Street to Ramsgate via Chatham, London Cannon Street to Broadstairs via Chatham, London Cannon Street to Hastings via Tunbridge Wells, London Cannon Street to Orr via Tunbridge Wells, London Charing Cross to Ashford International, London Charing Cross to Folkestone Central via Ashford, London Charing Cross to Ramsgate via Dover Priory, London Charing Cross to Orr via Tunbridge Wells, London Charing Cross to Tunbridge Wells via Orpington, London Victoria to Sheerness-on-Sea via Chatham, London Victoria to Margate via Chatham, London Victoria to Rochester via Bromley South, London Victoria to Maidstone East via Swanley, London Blackfriars to Orpington via Lewisham, London Cannon Street to Barnhurst via Bexley Heath, London Cannon Street to Crayford via Bexley Heath, London Cannon Street to Sevenoaks via Grove Park, London Cannon Street to Barnhurst via Sidcup, London Cannon Street to Gravesend via Sidcup, London Cannon Street to Slade Green via Sidcup, London Cannon Street to Gillingham via Greenwich, London Cannon Street to Slade Green via Greenwich, London Cannon Street to Gravesend via Greenwich, London Charing Cross to Slade Green via Bexley Heath, London Charing Cross to Orpington via Grove Park, London Charing Cross to Sidcup via Hither Green, London Charing Cross to Strood via Sidcup, London Charing Cross to Gillingham via Sidcup, London Charing Cross to Crayford via Sidcup, London Charing Cross to Barnhurst via Sidcup. Ticketing. Oyster cards are now valid from all Zone 1 to 6 stations served by the company, including journeys on High Speed 1 between St Pancras International and Stratford International, albeit at a special pay-as-you-go fare. Travel cards are however not valid on high-speed services only. Performance figures released by Near Rate Punctuality at 85% over period 12 of 2015-16 and 87.3% moving annual average for the 12 months up to March 2016. In late 2010, the company faced a barrage of criticism for its performance during extreme weather conditions in the southeast of England, and there are also allegations that Southeastern deliberately runs reduced services to skew its official performance figures. In 2014, a survey of UK rail passenger satisfaction showed Southeastern to be the lowest-rated train operating company, with just 40% of passengers believing that a good service is provided and a rating of only 1 out of 5 for value for money. Southeastern claimed that the reason for this is that people dislike going to work, and that if the survey were to be retaken on their sunny summer's day, the outcome would be better for the company. However, in a survey carried out in February 2015 by Which? Magazine, Southeastern continued to rank poorly, being rated as the second worst UK train operating train companies, with a customer score of just 44%. This was narrowly ahead of Thameslink and Great Northern, with 43%. Southeastern also achieved only 2/5 to 3/5 star ratings across the 6 specific categories assessed in the survey. Southeastern continues to perform poorly in performance and passenger satisfaction in 2016, with the 2016 survey by Which? Magazine finding Southeastern to be the joint worst performing train operating company in Britain, with a customer score of just 46%. The spring 2016 National Rail Passenger Survey further underlined Southeastern's continuing poor performance and passenger satisfaction. The company issued a joint response with Network Rail on the day of publication, primarily blaming outside factors and survey methodology. Future of the franchise. On the 21st of January 2016, Transport for London announced that in 2018, they will take over the London suburban parts of the franchise, rebranding the routes as London Overground from that point. Rolling stock. Southeastern operates a fleet of about 367 trains, all of which are electric multiple units. Current fleet. Past fleet. The transfer of some routes to Southern and Thameslink has allowed Southeastern to withdraw its small fleet of Class 580 EMUs and replace them with networker stock cascaded from other services. Future fleet. Southeastern are expected to receive 25 Class 377/1 units in coming years, according to Department for Transport documents published in September 2013, relating to the new combined Thameslink, Southern and Great Northern franchise.